What's up, guys?
Good evening, everybody.
Welcome to the Ham Radio Clubhouse. Oh, where's everybody? What is this?
In the chat.
They're stuck in traffic, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe they're out doing some holiday shopping.
Can we do a wellness check on Beer Snack?
Oh, we saw a picture of Beer Stack. He was holding up just fine.
No,
that's all I'm gonna say. He was holding up real fine.
Hey, Dean, member for 12 months. Was it 12 months ago that we put up that membership stuff? That's crazy.
Shane keeps track of all that stuff.
That's the whole year. And if you scroll up far enough, we got the other Andy who joined the pool thing.
Nice. Hey, Jesse says Molson looks different. I don't know what I look different for, but it's all good.
You're wearing a clean black T-shirt. Looks good.
Actually, it's dirty. It's dusty. It's dusty. No, but I'm just happy everybody's here tonight. We got 92 people watching, and I think Shane's going to pop in a bit, and Steve is running late, as always. Steve's a little slow, you know.
Well, he had some issues getting out of California back on a flight to get back home, so
yeah,
that was a couple days ago, I think, maybe a week ago. So
yeah, his flight got delayed like 3 hours or something like that. Oh, look at that! Oh, there you go, Frank. You can actually see Molson's guns tonight. Hold on, where did it go?
Molson, you got any tattoos under there? No. Would you, if you saw the right ink? Well, I call it ink. If you saw it, would you say, "Hey, I'm getting that"? Would you get something?
Yeah. I was at the powwow. I was at a powwow this summer, and they were doing traditional poke tattoos, and I contemplated doing one. So,
what happened?
We'll see. I just didn't. You had to choose like between like their designs, like blueberries and raspberries and leaves, and no. So,
all right, you lost me. What kind of tattoo? Canadian tattooing is this now?
Well, it's a traditional poke tattoo, so it's like they use like, I don't know what they use, like a feather, or I don't know what it is, some pokey thing. They poke. It's not a machine. So yeah, I'll get a. You know what? No, not a Zamboni. I'll get a tattoo of. What was the Thomas machine? Olympia. That's what I'll get.
Olympia.
In honor.
Jeff
of Tom.
says antlers. Jeff says moose antlers. You should get something, man. That you can pull it off. Listen.
I'll do a big moose tattoo. I'll do, antlers across my chest. You know. And then I'll make it look like Christmas ornaments hanging from it right to my nipples. That's what I'm going to do. That's it. That's what it is.
Our brother Scout says Molson has a maple leaf tramp stamp, and Shaq and Greg knows about it. So what the hell happened over there in?
Whoa! I don't know. I never met Shaq and Greg in person, so that's a little scary.
It's an interesting experience because you never know what's going to happen next.
We got Arthur. He's been a member for 12 months. Thank you. He says, great year, boys. And TC, listen, the year's not over. We still got a couple weeks there. And TC Fitz, thank you very much for becoming a member of the Cigar Lounge. Look at that.
All right. All right.
I got a lot of suggestions coming to me. Jesse says Blizzard tattoo.
See?
Hank says jailhouse tattoo. I don't know if Chris at Radio Life is suggesting I got a tattoo of a taco. I'm not too sure. Or is that a burrito?
Now, do you have would you say, would you say my first tattoo, I'm going to do something on my arms. I'm going to do it on my chest. I'm going to do it on my thigh.
I don't know.
I'm going to do it,
I don't know.
You haven't thought about, man, this is important stuff. This is important stuff you got to think about.
I got to do it right here on my neck. So when I was a kid, my parents had people putting in like an in-ground pool, and they were like throwing the concrete up. And one of the guys, like, he lifted his neck, and it was like the mouth of a snake. His whole like here was like a snake mouth. It was a little, yeah. Whatever.
Did you see what TC
$20 super chat? Thank you. Huh?
Thank you, TC. I was just gonna say, did you see what he just did? Thank you, brother.
After becoming a member,
yeah.
Yes.
Double whammy. And get membership.
Listen, I'm Radio Wellness with Frank. He says Molson ain't denying it. What, the tramp stamp, the Maple Leaf tramp stamp? Yeah, I don't have one of those. I can show you, but I don't think our channel would stay up for much longer. So we got Evan Barchek. Thank you for the $15 super chat. He says, what does he say?
Evan.
He says, all giveaways will be given the last 10 minutes of the stream. Bah, ha, ha, ha. Good evening, Clubhouse.
He's not
Shane's
lying.
not here. We don't have giveaways.
Here's the problem is our secretary's not here to do the giveaway. This side of the radio. Thanks for the $4.99 super chat. He says, for the Christmas fund. So, yeah.
Well, get your ass over here. Get your ass in the Clubhouse for the Christmas fund, brother.
So, Izzo, how was your week, man? What's new with you?
Nothing. I did nothing. Ham radio. Well, I should say nothing. I did some chasing. I did some chasing with the 705. But it was just really a crazy weekend. I wasn't feeling good on Saturday. I was not feeling good at all on Saturday. Had to call out sick. I had some really, I don't know what it was, some stomach thing going on. Just not good at all. Green behind the ears and didn't even want a cigar. Listen, when I don't want a cigar, man, you know I'm sick. Sunday was a little better, but and just trying to get some just POTA in, man. This like I got the weekend off, and they're talking about rain on Sunday. So I'm gonna try to do something on Saturday. I think I'm gonna try to do something on maybe Sunday morning because I miss my POTA. I like activating, and now is not too bad. It's a little cold, so I sit in the truck. Who cares? But really, man, I didn't play a lot of radio. Just watched a lot of YouTube shows. Getting caught up on a lot of good shows that, and some RV shows too. Between Hank Strange and a few other guys. So that's really about it for me.
So you're talking about you being sick. So this weekend, my sister, she called me. She said, "Hey, can you come to my house?" The sister who I renovated her house. She's like, "I need you to do some stuff, right?" So I go with my youngest son over there. And I go upstairs to do work, and all of a sudden, my sister's hacking out a lung in the other room, and I'm like, "Is she okay?" They're like, "Oh, we're all sick." And like, I finished up quickly. They're like, "Can you do something else?" Like, nope. I said, "I am not. I can't.
I'm out of here.
I can't afford to get sick. Why the hell would you invite me over when you're sick? Like, you're literally like hacking out a lung,
hacking a lung up. Yep.
So listen,
what happened to our family on Thanksgiving? Half the family got sick, and the other half. Listen, I love my family, but I'm glad I didn't get it. I mean, myself and the kids, we didn't get it, and they were around them longer than what I was. But still, man, it's like because when you get the message, I don't care where you are, what holiday it is, whatever. When you either get that phone call or that message, Aunt Marie was sick. And Uncle Bob has it too. And then it's cousin Danny. And then next thing you know, the dog's got it. And it's going around the family. And you're like, it's like standing on the railroad tracks waiting for the train to hit you. So I don't know, maybe because like I said, Friday night, man, I just wasn't feeling good. But by Sunday, I was better. So yeah. It is what it is, I guess.
Did you guys have a bad storm this weekend, like Sunday into Monday? Did you guys have a bad storm?
It came in pretty heavy here. I did drop the mast 2 sections, the push-up mast, just because I don't feel like buying a new one. So, but the tent stood exactly where it is right now. No problems here with the Eskimo ice hut. They're calling for something again on Sunday. I know up in your neck of the woods, New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, the ski lands, what I call the ski lands, the ski areas, they're getting plummeted with snow, and that's good for them because that's good business. And a lot of them depend on that. So let's hope Mother Nature continues to give them some good prosperity and white stuff. So
nice. Joe Brett, what about you, buddy? The white stuff for you is a different meaning, right? In the as a police officer, so you be careful, Izzo.
Right. Yeah. Usually, looking over your shoulder if you got that stuff here. So. And it's funny if it starts snowing in Mississippi around midnight, you wake the kids up. You're like, "Hey, Look out your window. Then you can go back to sleep. Oh, it's snowing. Yeah, but it's gonna be gone when you wake up. So look at it now. That's it for the season. And it'll be shorts for Christmas. But
Yeah.
it don't even try to snow here usually till about February anyway, right before our spring break. But
Joe, Brett, does the public works guys, do they have plows? Like, do they have, like, do all your vehicles all have plows, or just a couple?
No, just some state vehicles.
State vehicles only,
Yeah. They're very not prepared. Like, when it gets bad in the wintertime, I'd rather be driving somewhere up north, because down here they don't prepare for it, and they don't start trying to fix the problem until it's already here. What's up, Shane?
I like
Good evening, everybody.
Shane, I like your Christmas decorations. I like that, man. That's cool. That's cool. You got your smoke tonight and everything.
I can finally enjoy a cigar. Got my fire going.
Good.
Looking fancy.
He does.
Just gonna take a second here and thank Frank for the $9.99 super chat. I'm not gonna be cheap. I'm gonna $10. You know. And Christmas fun. Joe Brett needs to go for 5 minutes about something good.
Man, I've been going about stuff all day.
I was about to say, he's been fired up all day today.
Started around, 9 o'clock this morning, and just kept on going, talking about a snowplow coming in. He was pushing it all day.
There's nothing like a ham radio operator with a pair of handcuffs, hey Joe?
You own my frequency? I'll show you something.
Yeah, I'll show you something.
That's a new definition of the frequency police.
Mm-hmm.
But we've had a decent weekend, whatever you want to call it. Didn't do a whole lot. I picked up a new hobby.
What's that?
Without permission.
Hobby.
You can't see it because it's back there in the dark. Hey, you can't even see my arm pointing at it. But anyway, I've gotten into the world of 3D printing. And it's a bastard. First few prints, I was like, okay, I got the hang of this. We're finna rock and roll, you know. Gonna make some wire winders and stuff, and whatever, have some fun. And and then it all went to crap, and it just keeps going to crap. And so I've taken a break from that already, a weekend. Some observations that I've had. One, I'll say that Carlos, Life at Terminal Velocity, now has him a nice ice hut, and gave some props to Izzo, pretty heavy in the video, and the Ham Radio Clubhouse. Where is he at tonight? Running a little late, I guess. But that's pretty cool. Man, y'all got me thinking about that all day rant. Now I can't remember what all I was going to talk about. More observations.
You can't talk about the all day rant.
You can't talk about the rant.
Sure.
Yeah, this ain't the place for that.
You could hint at it.
You want to generalize or no, Joe?
I don't know, man. That's tiptoeing on some political stuff, and that ain't what the people's here for.
I respect you. I respect you.
I don't think chat's here for that kind of. Anyway, another observation tonight. Come in the shack, and I've usually always got. You know, I mean, it's no secret what my activities are here, and it's time for this to be replaced. So I threw it away, and the only thing I found was this. Problem is, I'm also drinking this.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Yeah, I'm already almost messed up. So,
hey, Joe, let me ask you a serious question. Go ahead, Balls. Go ahead, tell him first.
Let's say that's like using a pop can as a butt out for cigarettes, and then you take a swig of the wrong pop can.
We've all done that too.
Yeah, we've all. Yeah. Now, Joe,
in all honesty, it tastes like coffee. It's just that you cannot, no matter what you try, get the taste out of your mouth for hours.
So
it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
I don't like to chew. I've tried it. Can't. It's just not for me. I respect everybody who can do it. Now, when you're used to a big opening on that tea bottle versus the can, it has a smaller hole. Do you just adapt? Do you just do you know where to shoot it automatically, or do you have to reposition yourself to shoot?
To be honest, I usually don't even need it. I done got to that point. Like, I could be in a seminar or a class somewhere full of folks and don't even need a bottle, man. That's kind of the OG status, I think. But
now, have you seen this chew? The boys at work, where I work, they pulled out this chew that's like it looks like a tiny coffee. The pouch, yes.
Yeah.
And I wimped out. I'm.
Well, look, and I'm not encouraging anybody to pick up a habit. All
Okay.
right. I've went to this habit after 10 years of smoking, and they made me feel crap, and they got expensive. I got pissed off, threw it out the window.
Mm-hmm.
But this was only like $2 a can, and I fell into that, and here I am. We'll get rid of that someday too. But you cannot start out, or most people, I could not start out with a pouch, because you can't control how much you get. You got to get their serving. And when I started out, the pouch was way too much for me. Turned me green, and it was bad. So now it would probably be okay. I just hadn't went that away.
All right, quickly. What can you got? What can do you have?
It's got the top. I broke the top off the other one. So another observation. A lot of us spent 4 hours last night watching T.O. do this Linux stuff when he could just click on a .exe and, start a program. But, X to the window. But he gets the thing working and ends the stream. Now, I thought maybe it was because he'd been sitting there for 4 hours and he was really just tired and ready to end the stream. Then I got to thinking. He carried that show with his couple of excellent guests that he had last night, and for 3.5 hours. And then this FEP Labs radio decides to come home and just jumps right in. And I really think that's why he hit the end button. It's like, now you're going to show up, right?
That's one. That's one. I missed the show last night. I had to work. I worked a double shift, and we were just way too busy for me to even watch it on my phone, watch it on my personal account. There was just no way. I tried. I saw. I didn't know what I was missing.
I'll tell you, if you go to watch the replay, watch the first 10, 15 minutes, and then skip 3.5 hours later, then you'll get to hear him talk about all kind of stuff. They whether they admit it or not, they pretty much went full Clubhouse last night toward the end of the show. They hit 80 meters net. They 40 meters, back to 80 meters. I mean, they were getting pretty nasty. I almost had to mute the TV.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, yeah. Woo.
And it's funny because KAMRD in one of the live chats said it. When they go into that command line and that screen goes, I forget what they call it, the terminal mode.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm barely following along as it is, but when they go into that terminal mode, look out. And I'm like, it's like me trying to order Chinese, speaking Chinese. It's just not going to happen. So,
you struggle enough with English.
Exactly. When I want Chinese food, I got these Chinese tattoos on the side of my arm. I just lift up my
your order on there.
My order's right there. I swear to God. So I swear to you, when I got these,
and
I went down.
Why he keeps getting the poo-poo platter.
Well, I am not. I swear on everything that is holy to me. When I got the tattoos on this side, I went to the Chinese store before I got it on the arm, and I said, "What does this say?" And they've known me for a long time. They knew me for a long time, and I said, "You got to be honest with me, because if this is number 5 or number 6 or chicken lo mein, it's." And he, so they actually brought me behind the counter, and you go into the back and you sit with the family. This is no lie. I'm being very serious. And he explained to me about when Chinese writing is very specific, and you got to be very careful how you write something, because one little angle of something changes the whole verse, can change the whole word or whatever around. So he just said, make sure your artist does it exactly. He made one little minor change, but he says, and just tell him, make sure he does it exactly. He says, because if you come in, I'm gonna give you an order or something that's on your arm. So
Hence
But
the
very, very nice people. They were very sweet, very, very nice people. I appreciate them taking the time. I got a dragon on this side that's very unique. Nobody else has this. I had a guy do me a dragon that no one else has. I did not want the traditional. I
So
wanted
you're
everything
saying
to
it
be
looks
different.
like a Geico.
No, it does not look like a Geico. Goodbye. I'll see you later.
Right.
No, because I'm a firm believer when you get a tattoo, it has to be unique to you. This is just my own personal feeling. I want to call, guys, we're not going to call this a rant, okay? But I truly believe a tattoo is very personalized. And it should be what you want for the reasons that you want it. Make it your own because you're going to have it for a real long time. Or and then take care of it.
At least
You know,
you hope
take
it
care.
will.
Yeah,
So what you're
take
saying,
care of it.
what you're saying is,
Unless you lose an arm or something.
Yeah.
so what you're saying, if I tattoo moose antlers on my chest with dangling Christmas decorations, it's unique.
That's going to be
What
very
I'm-
unique.
So what about you, Shane? How was your?
If you lose an arm, wait, and if you lose an arm, it's going to say Mo or Mose instead of Moose.
Okay.
It's
I'll shut
gonna,
up.
not.
in 10 years, it's going to look like a mule deer. If anybody knows what a mule deer looks like,
It's going to be sagging.
Those
Everything's
antlers
going to
are
be
gonna
sagging
drooping
on
down
him.
a little bit.
Does your tattoo get that deer wasting disease? Or is they call it cow wasting disease, isn't it?
So what about you, Shane? How's your week been, man?
It's been challenging, to say the least.
But look at you, man.
We are day 2
Mentally, physically, emotionally.
A little bit of all of it, yeah. So, for those that haven't seen the news, the Southwest Airlines pilots are almost done with their contract, and so that means all of the technology changes that are in that contract has to go through our office to make sure we tell the engineers how to change things. So, today and yesterday was starting at 8 a.m. We have 3 hours with the union. Then we have an hour with technology. Then we have another 3 hours with the union, and then we have another hour with the technology folks. So I haven't seen my desk in 2 days, and yeah.
Well, there goes those on-time awards.
Yeah. Well, thank God I'm not in operations anymore. I let the professionals handle that.
Oh.
How does this
somebody
audio
wants to know
sound?
what
Does it
you're
sound like
smoking.
crap?
You sound fine. Yeah, you sound good.
No, you're outside, relax, you're having a good time. Hey, Shane, what do you think of what's scrolling on the bottom? You want to tell everybody what's scrolling on the bottom over there?
Well, unless you live under a rock or it's your first time, which thank you for joining us. There's this guy who's fantastic. Has this little shop. Has this little shop called Quirky QRP. He has been supporting the channel for quite some time, and he gave us a coupon code if you'd like to buy something from his shop. It's Quirky Clubhouse. The details of the I guess it's in perpetuity too. I don't think it expires. So thanks, James, for that. But we do have more stuff to give away. I'm just not organized tonight because my brain's fried. So I think I'm gonna toss in a tri-band radio on the next giveaway because they got too damn many of them. So
is it going to be a Kenwood or a?
No, it's going to be a Baofeng. Yeah, I'm not rich.
Oh, a new Flex dual band radio?
Yeah. It'll be a Baofeng. It's good radio. Don't get me wrong. But yeah.
So
that's
listen,
about
we
it,
only
man.
have. I think there's 3 more shows in this month, if I'm standing corrected. I think the 26th is the last, the 19th, whatever.
The 26th
So that
will be the last
means
show.
that we got, so we got to get our gears and going, and we need to figure out our final giveaways for Christmas season, and we need something big. I still say a Flex radio, guys.
No, we're
but
not
we need.
doing a Flex.
Well, damn it! All right,
Shane,
but
you
we
do
got to
look like
figure.
a Christmas card.
Listen, I saw the big guy. I was up at
Didn't
the
we
mall
vote on a
last week.
710? Didn't we vote? One thing was a 710. Come on,
I
Secretary.
thought so,
Shannon.
especially with
Yeah.
the.
So
Y'all have
Yeah.
suggested so much. Like a Rolls Royce is not out of the question with you guys.
Right.
That's
Just
very
gotta
true.
pay for it.
That's
Right.
very true.
I'm looking at Timex watches, and you guys are talking about Rolexes.
Molson and Shane's like, it's not about the price, as long as we can afford the monthly payment, man.
That's always that would be hilarious.
That's exactly it.
I got to relight my fire. Hold on.
And meanwhile,
it relit itself.
And meanwhile, Beer Snack is there with the calculator that has the paper. He's like, ding, 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 ding. He's like, guys.
He's like, y'all need to slow down.
He's like, there's not enough silver and gold in the bank to cover it. I got to call the Swiss bank.
Exactly.
So Shane, anything else new with you, or you just been swamped with work?
Just swamped with work. I thought I got home at like 20 minutes till showtime, and I told the guys, I was like, I can't do it. I got too much shit that I got to unpack. I've got emails and stuff, and I got things to send over to my manager. And then I get to do it all again tomorrow. So.
Sounds like fun. We had this weekend, it was like raining like crazy and into Sunday, and then all of a sudden it dropped Sunday night around 11 o'clock. The snow started to fall. By the time I got up in the morning, I think there was about 6-7 inches outside of snow. And so for those of you who don't know, I don't know if I said on the show, but my oldest son, he's doing snow removal for a contractor. They have 3,000 driveways to do.
Oh, I didn't know about that. Really?
Holy cow. That boy is busy, man.
Yeah, and his route, he has 144 driveways. So it's his first year. He has 144 driveways to do. There's 27 tractors doing all, like, for this guy. Anyways, so my son was telling me about it. It went very good for him, but what his buddy who got him the job, so he was doing a house, and I don't know if you guys ever saw the tractor with the rear snowblower. So you back up, you drop it, and then as you drive forward, it goes into the blades and it throws it out. Right. For those of you South US who barely see snow, or have like one state machine that has a blower on it. Anyways, supposedly he dropped it, and there's a Tesla charger cable coming out.
No.
It was coming out from underneath the garage door, and I guess the guy.
You mean was? There was a cable.
Anyways, so this guy, you have to know him. This guy's name's Gavin. He is like. Anyways, this kid he's a young guy, but he's hilarious. He gets out, he shuts down the PTO. He gets out, he sees it's all wound. It's like 15 feet or whatever. It's all round around it, and he like tried to get it, but it's too tight. So he just said, "Screw it," and he just put the tractor in forward. He
yanked it out of the wall.
Well, so he didn't see. He doesn't know, because the guy had his cable underneath his garage door, and so like the machine's inside the garage, right? And then like the cable was just, he had put the cable through underneath his garage door, and then he was charging it outside. So it eventually disconnected, and it ripped it off of
eventually.
and the machine threw out the charging cable. So I thought that was pretty hilarious. But anyways, so we had a lot of snow this weekend. Of course, we lost power on Sunday night, and then there's not much. Just work and life is busy for me, but I love it when it snows, guys. So to me, I'm happy.
All right. So what's your emergency plan when you lose power? You got propane. What do you do when there's a power?
Generator comes out for the sump pump, at least the sump pump.
Right.
I always have, all winter we have a wood stove going on in our it's between our house and garage with the mudroom. There's a wood stove in there.
Yep.
And that keeps the house warm. You can keep it warm. Like last year we lost power for 4 days, so it kept it warm, and I can cook on that stove if we had to. So
nice.
Yeah, you mentioned that reminded me of another observation that I had right before the show. I was reading this little Mississippi Today magazine. Mississippi Today, and it's just a little magazine that our electric co-op wastes a lot of money on, because if it's costing ARRL a bunch of money for printed publications, it's got to be costing them too, right? But anyways, I browsed through it, see if there's anything interesting, and I happened to come across an article that talked about possible they've done this study or whatever, and they're like, hey, be prepared. This entire region is at risk for power outages. throughout
Welcome
the winter.
to Texas. Oh wait, no, that's Mississippi.
Yeah. So then I flipped some more pages, and toward the back of this magazine, there's a why using more energy is more efficient, or or something better for the world, and it's talking about using electric cars and mowers and all this stuff. And I'm like, wait a minute. This page says we're in a crisis. This page says use more of it.
Buy more. Yeah.
They can't make their mind up.
Buy more electric shit.
Yeah.
So Lawnmower asks how much wood do I burn. Lawnmower asks how much wood do I burn during the year. So it's not my primary heat; it's a secondary heat. So 10 face cord minimum, depending on. But what's nice about that is my furnace is propane or electric. I don't have to. It doesn't run all day in the wintertime. It only runs at nighttime. So it really makes a big difference on the heating. So the other thing about
fireplace.
Hey,
in our old house we had a fireplace, but the new one we don't, and I really miss that. That was nice. Filling the house up with smoke when it would backflow, and but and my wife's mentioned it, I said, well, we can still have like a wood burning stove. Just cut a hole in the wall and run a conduit pipe out. She's not for that.
I was about to say, I don't think she'd be up for that.
So 45 Auto is saying 10 cord ? So it's 10 face cord, at least 10 face cord. So
what is that?
What that?
I was going to ask you what that is.
I know we don't. If you stack wood, if you stack wood, 16-inch deep, right? Wood that's cut 16-inch deep, and you stack it 8 feet long, 4 feet high. That's a bush cord. That's not a bush cord. That's a face cord. And then a bush cord is 4 feet by 4 feet by 8. I think that's what it is. Yeah.
So what's a cord?
So that's the difference. Well,
the unit of measurement or volume.
Typically up
that's
here
all
we
go
talk
by
about
down here is there's a quart.
A quart of what?
Well, a quarter. If people say just a cord, typically they mean just 8 feet by 4 feet stacked. But technically, it's a face cord.
Even Jim over in Alabama next door is confused.
Yes, he does. He is. So
my life.
Let me Google that for you.
Things.
Go to the Google.
Wow. So here's the other thing that happened.
There's
so
Carlos.
Came into work on Monday, and we had no phone lines and no internet. And so we call our provider saying, hey, what's going on? They send a technician. The technician's like, I don't know what's going on. I said, well, it looks like the line outside is kind of drooping, right? So I said, well, you're going to have to deal with it for now. So most of us ran our internet off of our mobile hotspots, on our phones, and whoever had company phones. And then today, the technicians were out there, and he came in. He says, I don't know what happened, but he says there's a brand new 3/8 steel cable. They tension the cable that goes across from pole to pole. They put like a 3/8 steel cable that somewhat tension to hold the lines. He goes, it's burnt right through. He goes, I don't know if we got a short from the cable up top, like the power lines up top. It's 44, kilovolts or what. But he says that it burned right through the 3/8 cable, brand new, and it melted the cable. And then what that happened is it pulled all the fiber optics, like all the connections in that line. They all broke. So I thought that was interesting. So of course, he's like, with safety, he says we have to get the hydro company out here, then we have to get the pole guys out here, then we have to get the fiber guys out here, then we get the technicians. So it's just easier sometimes to maybe just
you tell them it sounded like a them problem and not a you problem.
Sounds like an episode I saw on the Three Stooges when they were doing some plumbing with water.
Yeah, exactly. What are you smoking tonight?
I have a Tatawai Grand Conjun, but it's let's see if I can put it up to the camera. But it's a 2021. They made these in 2021. It's been aging for 2 years. It's part of their line. It's nice. Again, another nice Nicaraguan. What do you got tonight?
This is if you're familiar with Dunbarton Tobacco Trust.
Yep.
So this is the Papa Saka.
Nice.
I don't know what blend it is because I just saw it. I've seen it on his Facebook page, but I've never seen them in a shop somewhere. And I stopped on my way home, and I was like, oh, my God, he's got one. So
I was looking at the humidor. I'm staring at the humidor, waiting for something to talk back to me. And I'm looking at the Camachos, the diesels. And this came in. But then the New World kind of said, pick me. Because I really like those New Worlds. I really, really enjoy a New World cigar. But I figured I got a couple more of these. I said, this is a nice one for friends, and that's what we have tonight. 130 people watching.
Holy cow! Really?
Yes.
I'm logged in as a guest, so I can't.
All right, I'll play you tonight. I'll play you tonight.
Yeah.
We have 100. We now have 131 watching, and hello to all our friends on Twitch and X/Twitter, and of course those who are in the live stream coming in via YouTube. So thank you.
I know that's what the Smoking Ape wanted to know is how many people we had watching tonight.
That's another
observation
that you just reminded me of.
What's that, Joe? What's that?
It took a while, but it takes a while for me. I'm Mississippi. It clicked why Ape is so secretive about his identity, his call sign, all that stuff, and I completely understand now. I'm really for this guy and his mission. How much freaking paranoia do you have to have? I mean, everyday life of having all that knowledge that he's got. I mean, he's got to have all kind of agencies after him, trying to store him up somewhere and get it all out of his brain. But
yep.
Did you see him Sunday night?
He's a $6 million man.
He rocked it. He rocked it on Sunday night when Jason was trying to look at the harmonics of a radio, and
doing it wrong, son.
But the man knows all those SLAs. Is that what they're called, SLAs? Those meters. Anyway.
Yeah. He knows
the analyzers.
The
analyzers. The VNAs, that's it. But man, he knows his stuff. He knows about harmonics. So I saw a whole new knowledge of this guy like live in front of me. It was very cool.
He put out a video I watched today where he made his own 2-meter filter to try to clean up some of these shoddy handhelds. And I love how it started out. It was holy shit, it worked. And then he went into the video, but he had a different VNA than that Nano that you always see him using. So I typed that thing into Amazon. I said, I'm gonna get me one of those, son. And wow, I'm not gonna get me one of those. That's like Jim money that he spends on his scopes and junk. I can't do that. I ain't that big time.
It's funny because when Jason, Kyle, and I were up at the ARRL back in October, I think it was September, and we were in the lab. You walk into the lab, and it is truly a laboratory of stuff. And you guys know me. I am not a technician by any means. And I just kept saying, my God, Ape would have goosebumps right now looking at all this, or being able to interact with all this equipment. So Ape, you got to come up to Connecticut. I'm not sure if he's in the chat. He's watching a Christmas Hallmark.
Hallmark, man.
The girl finds love under the Christmas tree. That's right. That one's on. A Christmas engagement.
In that magazine that I found about the electric and stuff, there was also an article about Mr. and Mrs. Ape. Yeah, he's tied up in December, man. Hallmark marathons, dude.
So I was just looking at my RTL SDR here, and I remember seeing on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. Like, you know what? We don't have to. From now on, we'll just call it Twitter. Exactly. I'm so tired
Everyone
of
knows what Twitter is.
Exactly. So I saw somebody post an article about like how do you know if you have a real one or a fake one, and it's they're saying the screws. So they're saying the diagonal screws are the proper, a real one, and if you have 2 center posts, but they didn't show the 4-screw version. And so I'm just looking now on RTL's website, and it looks like I have a knockoff SDR RTL. Oh well, maybe that explains
why. Was it not working
or
what?
I don't know. I haven't. You know what? To be honest with you, I haven't spent more than 3 seconds on trying to get it working. I got it as a Christmas. You know what? First of all, I'm going to defend myself. I got it as a Christmas present from my kids, so I don't expect for them to audit. Is it real or fake? So I should see if it's going to work. Who knows?
So what about the 2 post? I can only see 1 screw.
Well, supposedly, according to if you go to RTL website, they have they have a little article there, and what does it say? So the original, the real one is 2 diagonal screws on the end. If you have 4 screws, or it's fake, and if you have 2 that are, centered on each side,
it's okay, Daniel. It's just the Canadian version. It's not fake.
Exactly. Thank you.
You got that the other import version.
That's the lie I'm going to tell myself to make myself feel better. It's all good.
Just tell the kids they got it. They did great.
Oh well, it is what
so
it is.
I let the fire go out because it's only like 57 degrees here, and I was burning up. This little thing puts out a crap ton of heat for its size. I don't know if y'all can see this little thing.
I was a little concerned about 15 minutes ago because our perception depth is different than what you had, but it looked like it could possibly go with that vertical run that you have of lights.
Oh no, it's
okay.
Thankfully, it's quite a ways away from that. Thank God.
Now, is that allowed
up in flames?
Is that properly permitted by the
no,
condominium association?
Totally illegal. No.
All right, good.
The
That's
apartment
what
complex,
I like.
if they ever saw that, they'd shit their pants and tell me
because we became friends because you were a rebel, and that's how. And I don't want you changing on me. I don't want you changing on me.
Exactly. As much as I pay, if I want to have a little
smoking cigars out there, you're drinking.
Right.
Are you wearing pants? Are you wearing pants tonight?
Yeah, it's 57. Is
all right. It's 57. That's why. Okay.
Well, it's 20. It's 22 here.
Well, that's why I don't live in Canada.
So, but you guys talk about that. So my buddy, his family owns some apartment buildings, like complexes, and years ago, like 20 years ago, there was a family on their balcony. Who was renting there. They had one of those, like, they were putting the igniter fluid into the barbecue thing, or the coal barbecue, whatever. Anyways, for whatever reason, she tried to start, it didn't start, and then she went to go spray more stuff, and and she freaked out, and she was squeezing a bottle, and she reacted and pulled away. Anyways, sprayed all the way up, burnt the whole building down. So there's a reason why those.
Yeah, I won't be doing that. Yeah.
So as a kid, you guys remember when Underarm control to smell your pits? Is it a perspirate? What do you call that stuff that we give to the pee? Perspirate. Help me out.
Antiperspirant.
Whatever.
Perspiration spray. Arid extra dry.
And antiperspirant.
Whatever. Okay, I'm gonna keep screwing it up, so we're just gonna stop right there.
You got it, buddy.
Okay. So my buddy took the Bic lighter, flame shot it, and it got stuck, and it hit the shed. And next thing you know, now the shed started catching on fire. So we had to quickly get the garden hose. That was all because there was gasoline. The brand new tractor was in there. We had to.
Sounds like an insurance claim to me.
Well, the whole point is guess what? Insurance or no insurance, getting yelled by his mother was going to be a hell of a worse than an insurance claim. But you got to be careful of that stuff. So, yes.
So, Carlos is asking if that's 22 freedom units. Yes, that's. But this computer here, because of this show, it's all in freedom units. So, yes, 22 Fahrenheit.
And I wanted to reply to 45 Auto talking about the flame getting chain evicted. They didn't notice that big long wire he had stretched from the balcony to the dumpster. I think he's okay with that little flame he's got.
Yeah.
Maybe. Hopefully.
Shane, is that one of those solos?
It is. It's a solo stove Mesa.
Excellent.
I'm actually I think I'm on my Christmas wish list that I sent to Santa Claus. I asked for a solo stove Mesa XL, the bigger version of it.
XL.
Yeah.
Well, hold on to that because I think he might be here. I think he might be coming in next week.
Are you sure? This early?
The man's busy.
I figured he would come in on the 26th so that he could tell us how much of a
he
riot
goes to
on the 25th.
No, he's probably. I think he's in Aruba on the 26th. He's done. He's done on the 26th. He's taking a week off. He's tired. He's putting on his
meters then.
He's putting on his flip flops. He's putting on his big Kahuna board shorts, tank top in it. Going to get some suntan. No, I think next week he said he wanted to come on. So if you want to sit on his lap and tell him what you want, well, there you go. You know what I mean?
Jody Vassar put in the chat, it says Shane is safe. They figure anybody with the balls to do all this stuff on YouTube is not worth messing with. There you go, man.
He's right.
Did you guys know that StreamYard has an app?
Really?
No.
I didn't either, because I was trying to log in using like the
your mobile browser. Your mobile
browser, and it wasn't happening. And then I saw I saw a link that popped up, and it said download the StreamYard app. So, So and it's actually a lot easier to use than trying to use the web interface. So, for all of you guys that are using StreamYard out there, and you want to have a guest on, tell your guest if they don't have a camera at home, they can use their cell phone. Because I got the new. Okay, so I promised myself I wouldn't do this,
but you did it anyway. But you did it anyway. You did it anyway.
And because I don't upgrade phones just because it's the latest and greatest thing. And I've had an iPhone 12 since it came out, I think, and they're on the 15 now. Well, I was driving to work the other day, and the little lightning port where you plug in to charge your phone crapped out on me. So
that's a good reason. No, that's a good reason. It's not an excuse. It's a reason.
So I called T-Mobile, and I was like, hey, what you got? And they said, well, we'll give you a new iPhone 15 Pro for free. And I was like, I don't have to pay anything? No, because that's a $1,000 phone. Well, I don't like paying that. No, not for a phone. They said, yep, no monthly payments, no nothing. We'll send it to you free of charge. So I'm coming to you on an iPhone 15 Pro provided by T-Mobile. So
you look fantastic.
I wish I was sponsored by T-Mobile. That'd be fantastic.
Hey, Shane, I wanted to ask you a question. So I saw a couple of tweets or whatever. One of them's from Dr. Tabitha Sko, whatever, however you pronounce it, whatever. I'm pulling an Ezzo, okay? I'm mispronouncing. And there's a massive coronal hole, right? Or whatever you call it. Yeah. Yep. So how right now, like, how is that going to affect us as ham radio operators? So I've been like, number one, just to be honest with you, I saw the picture. Oh, interesting. I'll look at it later. So now I'm looking at it later and I'm asking you, do you know anything about it? Now, for those who are watching, we don't claim to be experts, okay? So piss off. I'm just curious. Shooting the shit, okay? So, like, what do you guys know about that?
And what he's done, I want to give you my 3 cents. So you first,
So what comes out of a coronal hole is solar wind, or it's charged particles headed towards Earth. So what you'll see is the solar wind speed will kick up, and you'll get a lot of noise on the lower bands. So usually 20 meters and lower, or should I say higher. So all those bands will be noisy. It's not like a solar flare where you have like the radio blackouts and stuff like that, but you just get a lot of noise on the bands, a lot of static on the bands. Normally, anytime the solar wind gets above, if you're looking on if you go to the Ham Radio Clubhouse, we've got .com, we have a propagation page on there, and you can see what the solar wind's doing. So anytime you see a skyrocket in the solar winds, that's charged particles from a coronal hole making it and hitting the Earth's surface, or not the atmosphere. Sorry, not the surface. So what that does is you get aurora from that. So you get a coronal mass ejection that'll give you some aurora, and I do believe you get some aurora off of the solar winds. I could be completely wrong, but I do know that you do get a lot of. We love you, Shane, but Tabitha Scove, you ain't. Hank, I agree 110%. She looks way better and is a ton smarter than I am. If anyone wants to share that,
did I not preface this whole thing by saying
Does someone want to share that? They share their screen that's got our propagation prediction page up there so we can show everybody what to look for on our page.
Anybody know where that's at?
Yeah,
How do you get there?
hamradioclubhouse.com.
hamradioclub.com.
And then you click on propagation.
Yeah, it's so like
It's a Clubhouse.
Dr. Tamath, as I know it's not going to be easy to see there, but that's a pretty large coronal hole. Looks pretty wrecked if you ask me for a hole, but it's be interesting. It'd be very interesting to see. So, and it looks like it just keeps on getting bigger as it goes on.
Yeah, so if you look at that the far right panel right there, you'll see solar wind down there. And it's usually at the bottom, I think.
Right.
You have to dig in that.
Currently showing 618.9.
Yeah, so
which is high. That's high.
Fast. That's really
fast.
High. Yeah. Normally that's going to be around 200.
Where? What? What are we looking at?
It's
where
right above yellow on the top upper chart. Next
Like,
up
here or down here?
Middle box
there.
show. Middle box show.
This
one.
one.
Right there.
618.9
Stop.
solar wind.
On the left, down.
There you go.
Right there.
618.9. See how that's in yellow?
618.
Yeah. 618.9.
Southwest. Imagine that.
Southwest making all the noise.
So, Joe, you'll see the SN. That's 133 sunspot numbers. Okay. You got to remember when I think it was Steve, K5ATA, I believe he had her about 2 years ago, had her on the show. Or maybe it was Josh. Anyway, she did
the guys over at Coffee and Ham Radio had her on too.
That too. Well, the show I saw, she really dumbed it down for us non-techies. Certain things to really look for, but the biggest thing is these graphs come out every, I think, 3 to 5 hours, and they are currently what has been observed, what has the values, and what is predicted. But we all know things could change. Now, just because you see bands in the yellow colored called fair does not mean do not play radio, because I used to think that. Even sometimes poor, because by the time this has been released and updated, and by the time you go turn on your radio, conditions could have gone better or gotten worse. I like to think that they can go better. It is minus the radio blackouts. What do you call those things? The
solar flares, the X-ray blackouts.
Yeah. Minus that, I've had some incredible luck on 10 meters, 12, 15, 17. Yes, things are a little bit noisier, but overall, it's been pretty darn fun.
Yeah,
chasing guys, thinking as you're turning that VFO and you don't think you're going to hear anything. And then you're looking at that waterfall. If you have a waterfall, and you start seeing the blips, the spikes. You're like, holy crap!
This is the propagation alert that you need right there.
Yeah, exactly. That's important.
That tells you who's on the radio,
who's on the bands. But guys, Go ahead.
Sorry, Izzo, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. I was just gonna say, guys, please take everything with a grain of salt when you see, because NOAA has their website. Everyone has these,
just like a weather forecast.
Right. Because literally, as they say, just wait 15 minutes or so, and the sun's going to come out. Literally, our bands can change.
Yeah, one of the things, all those things that you're looking at, those are model predictions. There are some live observed, like the solar flux index and the solar the sunspot number. Some of those numbers are pretty concrete, but the majority of them are a model prediction. So when it says the bands are closed, or it says, that's what the model predicts. And as we know, just like weather models, that's not necessarily the case.
Right. Well, and that's like half the time with like 15 meters or some of the bands that just open up. Like we're only going to really know like on the DX spotting pages and stuff like that. Because a lot of times for me, I just open up my logging software. I'll see where people are at, right? And if no one goes to test out 15, no one's going to know that 15 is open. Right. You know what I mean? Like so part of it is half the stuff is just theoretical. Some of it's theoretical. And the other part is a big part of it that I rely on is actual, right? Like the spotting pages. And the only way that spottings are going to get done if people are on there trying to make contact. And so, like, obviously, if a band's dead, it's dead. But you won't know if it's open unless you try, right? Or people.
And I invite everybody who looks for that information to bookmark that page on the Clubhouse website. We've got a lot of good information. If you haven't been to hamradioclubhouse.com in a while, Izzo's been working with Scott. They've done some great updates to the page. There's things on there that we haven't really highlighted. Sometimes that we forget about our own website, but there's some good information in there. The bios are the best.
And there's some information on there that may not be 100% accurate, and that's for you to figure out what is real and what is maybe a blemish of
kind of like the Clubhouse.
Sort of like stretching it out a little bit, sort of like when you go to arm a cow, can you fit the whole thing in or not? I don't know. We'll find out if she says move.
Is anybody watching Twitch, by the way?
No.
Of our guys.
That's your job.
So hopefully
Shane.
We haven't missed any questions in Twitch. So I'm not watching Twitch. So I apologize.
They know where to come and put those questions.
Look at Jody. Member for 12 months. Thank you, Jody. Jody says 1 year of lunacy and going strong. Thank you. So, no, James, bro, do you even arm cows?
That's a hell of a t-shirt. Quirky Clubhouse a discount.
James, no, I don't.
He's like, that's a new t-shirt we're selling.
And it will sell.
You guys saw the ones that said, do you even is a rant, bro?
I saw that, yeah.
Did you see the post in our Discord? Links down below. Did you see the post of someone bought that t-shirt and posted it in Discord and then wearing the shirt like it was still
Have they?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's in the general Clubhouse chat.
I feel bad because lately there's only one channel in our Discord that I've been going to.
Yeah, you should branch out. We have a lot of content in there.
It's just sometimes when between Carlos and Derek and Ed and a few others, man, when you just need a good laugh, man, you just need a good laugh.
We also have a bot that posts people who are out doing POTA that are part of the Clubhouse.
Yes, that one there.
There's a POTA spots in there. You can go in there if you're not on POTA.app, or even if you are, because some days POTA.app for the spots gets busy. There's like a couple hundred spots in there. So if you want to just try to contact one of the folks that's part of the Clubhouse, not necessarily the Clubhouse members, even though we are in there when we are operating, but people who are part of our family, our community, they've got some spots in there. James, of course, starts it off every day.
Yeah, he's usually a little earlier, but today he started out at 11:28 a.m., respotted again at 12:14 p.m., spotted again at 2:53 p.m., again at 3:38 p.m.
Do people work? Do people have jobs?
That's what I want to know. I was going to say, am I the only one keeping this economy going, for crying out loud? I'm working and spending money, for crying out loud.
Oh, hey, well, wait a minute. Talking about James and POTA, man, where's our good friend Joseph been?
V3GKT.
You're about 60 meters.
So proud to hear me say I made my first contact with James doing a POTA on 60 meters the other day.
Really?
Oh.
Nice.
My radio won't tune it, but I found out my manual tuner will, and worked great.
Nice.
I'm telling you, man, 16 meters is the band that it's like 17. Everybody forgets about it, and I don't know why. And I
16?
hear 17.
60.
60, yeah, 60. Yeah.
Are you sure? I'm messing with you.
Oh,
what
you talking about, Willis? It's like, listen, you guys know me. I don't play FT8. But when I hear the FT8 guys say, everyone forgets about 30 meters. Everyone's doing 20. Guys are playing on 10, but everyone forgets about 30 meters, which is supposed to be a great band.
Ain't they a little touchy on 30, though?
I don't know.
Give me the frequency, but they're like, don't talk on that one. Don't center it, or, all this. You got to go off center or something. I don't know, but it confuses me.
60's channelized, right?
It is.
Yeah.
Because James was actually spotted on one frequency. I'm like, he's not here. And then I tuned down 5 kilohertz or so. Oh, there he is.
It's in the center, and I believe you got to be upper sideband. That's it. And keep it, and according to the extra, the FCC, our extra exam question, it's 100 watts to a half-wave dipole. So, something, just, guys, run 25, 50 watts.
I've told you before, I'm a simple fella, and that ain't a simple band. You got to do math. You got to do math to freaking transmit on it, and you got to make sure you only got half a dipole at so many watts. And I mean,
dude,
just QRP it. You'll be safe.
We're not doing surgery. Listen, when you go catch a deer, what do? You string them up, you gut them, you do what you got to do. Right?
Did not see the conversation going to gutting deer like that.
Can you go into a little bit more technical detail, Izzo?
Oh, Daniel said, "Oh, you want to get technical?"
I've never gutted. Okay, I'll be honest with you. I've never gutted a deer, but I think it's pretty basic. You know, legs go up, legs get tied up on something, the trees or some type of stand. Down the middle, open them up. Organs go out over here. Meat gets over here. What? I'm sure it's very simple. My point is, let's not overthink this.
So
because if you hit that fart sack, then you're gonna be yakking on the side there.
How do you avoid contaminating the meat with feces?
You don't hit the bag.
You cut around and you tie and
yeah.
Oh, you know about
Don N5 SKT says FT8 on 60 meters is very simple.
Yeah, because the computer does it for you. You ain't got to calculate all this.
Yeah, see.
I don't know.
Thank you, Craig. That's what I meant. You cut around and you tie it.
I think the only thing that's hard to do, you know something? I think if I was a dentist, I think the dentist stuff has got to be hard because you've got 32. Well, most of us have 32 teeth in there, and you don't want to nick dentists. The good one. You just, all right, then. That's my point. But I think anything else is pretty much basic. You got a lot of room to work in. You got a lot of room.
Dentists, no offense if one of our users are a dentist or dental hygienist, but dentists are worse than used car salesmen. I'm just telling you that.
Why?
You got to find a good one because mine's not.
Dude, like if you have benefits at work, which, you know, I hope you all do, like they love to be like I got an email the other week, 10 emails saying you're pre-authorized. Your pre-authorization's I'm like, what are you doing? They're like, oh, well, you know, and like they literally will just be like, what can we charge? And they'll throw it. And then I'm getting text messages on my phone saying your appointment is tomorrow. Are you going to come? Hell no. What do you need me to do? And like they literally will just throw anything at it and hope that you just show up for the appointment. They're horrible. They're brutal.
Is your dentist all?
James says, how does a dentist skin a deer? That's where this conversation went.
Is your dentist also a horse doctor? Is your dentist also a horse doctor? Because I've never had that. I love my dentist. My dentistry, literally, I can walk. They are fantastic. They are real people. They know what they got to do. They get in there. They do what they got to do. Hey, Don, I told you last time, lay off those Swedish fish. You got to go easy, my friend. Or those.
Listen,
you know, okay.
What
you know, but
how does your dentist office look compared to your doctor's office?
Clean.
It depends.
No,
clean.
Like you want
good music. Good music. Good music.
It's all
about the music.
Interior designer looking.
Doctor's
office. It's like regular.
No.
Up here, it's insane. I'm telling you, they're highway robbery.
Why? What's yours? In back of the barn or something? Next to the hay bale? No.
No, the dentist office are like luxurious, man. You think you're going in to buy a Rolex watch at like Cartier or whatever, Cartier, whatever you call it. Like it's crazy. Don't get me on. We're dentists. I hate them.
It's all about
Ham till it hurts says if your dentist comes in wearing a cow,
he's going for the wrong end.
Yeah.
We had a dentist in town. We had a dentist in town that if you went to his office, you could smell what brand liquor he had been drinking all day.
Oh, nice.
That was always comforting. His office still remains just the way it was with Mother Earth reclaiming it. Yeah, he don't practice anymore.
When I moved to this town that I'm in right now, our dentist was a police officer in town. And every once in a while, the stories were when a call came in and he had to go. And I'd be like, well, what about the guy sitting in the chair that's all numbed out or like, whatever. He used to say, I'll be back in 15 minutes. Don't worry about it.
That sounds like a movie, Don. I ain't never heard of those two professions mixing.
Swear to God.
I'm
dying.
I had some some work done here over the last year.
You look
And my last
fantastic.
visit,
You look good.
my
You look
last,
good.
My last visit when I went in there, he had just finished doing all the shots, and the city had turned the water off because of a line that broke. So he had no way of like flushing anything out while he was doing his work. So he was like, I'm going to give you the choice. You can either stay here and wait for it to come back on and I'll give you 6 more shots, or I'll just have you come back again sometime. So I got completely numbed from the eyebrows down, and I had to come back the next day because the water got turned off. So
when I had my I think it was a crown or something. I forget the terminology because again I was eating too much candy. They hit me up and I felt the drooling. I felt like it's weird. It's like I knew I was drooling, but there was like I couldn't do anything about it. I felt very weird. But like I said earlier, my office plays some great music. So to me, it's all about the music. And they even got these little TVs, and I said to her, "Can you put on some YouTube for me?" And everything, and I figured I'd go watch KAMRD Mailbag or somebody, and while you're getting a drill here and a drill there. So, but it doesn't work that way. Guys are talking about the old Carol Burnett show with Tim Conway and Harvey Korman. You're absolutely right. That is a classic. You guys want to watch a funny dentist skit? Go to the vintage archives for that.
Yeah, but listen, you're paying for 2 people to be there. You have the dentist and you have the whatever. The person who holds the suction thing in your mouth so that you don't have to swallow, right? And they never focus. Yeah, they never put it at the bottom. It always like comes back up. So meanwhile, you're like suffocate. You got like this buildup. You trying everything not to swalow. These guys,
my hygienist always got paid for free then because they just stick that hose in your mouth and walk out.
And then it's Joe. You're right. It's sucking against your cheek.
Suck on my cheek.
Sucking in your cheek.
Dude, I got that dental whitening thing with the UV light done one time.
Yeah, I did too.
And I don't know about you, but it like penetrates your teeth and it like makes your nerves like tingle. And it's like it's so annoying because you have your mouth like held open for like, what is it, 2-3 hours?
You might want to ask them to turn the power down.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
So the one that I did was like for 30 minutes, but the gel that goes inside of it it's an at-home kit. But the gel that goes inside of it, you can't swallow because of what's in it. So I was sitting there and it's like, okay, you put this thing in, you turn the light on for 30 minutes, and you just sit there. And I was trying to figure out how to spit with this thing in my mouth and this light going. I was got drool running down the side of my mouth because I'm like, this is not gonna work. So I'm not gonna be a champion of the
I do want to make a point here. We have 125 people watching right now. We're about 70 minutes into the show. The first 60 minutes we did talk about radio.
We did broach.
So I'm very proud of ourselves, and I don't know if it was my fault that we got on the topic of dentistry, oral mouth activity, and I was going to bring up about the box, but I don't know if it's appropriate for us to bring up about the good men's health, the box that's available.
Don't know what you're talking about.
I'm so confused.
Okay, I'll give you a hint. Men's health, and the new invention is you do your business in the box. You send it over to the lab.
Go away. We're not talking about that here. Go away.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Listen. That's some serious stuff, guys. Listen. We all want everyone to live long. Prosperous, and be happy. Take care of your back end and take care of that box. Send in the box.
45 says, "Let it go, Izzo."
All right.
So I do want to say, and I'm sorry for bringing this up. I'm sorry for bringing it up. But do y'all remember on our giveaway show when K8MRD was talking about his newfound device? Does anyone remember that from that show?
No.
It was the bidet.
Yeah. The bidet, yes.
And he was preaching about how wonderful a bidet is.
Bidet sales went crazy over the last 3 days after that. I'll tell you that right now.
I will personally say that on my Amazon Associates account, because I do get a little bit of commission sometimes when you guys buy things that I recommend.
Disclaimer.
Yeah, I'm upfront about it. I sold 5 of them. So five of you in this chat or whatever.
Because Gray Man Poda is supposed to be giving them away. So Gray Man is your purchaser.
Yeah.
He bought all of them.
I will say the Ass Washer 9000 or whatever it's called. I gotta
look this up.
I wish I had stock. Molson. I wish I had stock. Molson. Maybe we missed it. We should have got in the day before because we should have bought stock in this stuff. And then we could have gave away a flex. We could have took the proceeds.
I'm just saying. If you're adventurous, try it. It will change the way you do your business. I'm here to tell you. And I'm sorry.
You're sorry. That's enough. I'm going to break this up for a minute because I need to recognize you guys on an accomplishment that you have succeeded. The leader of the dumpster fire, Mr. Sam, is flipping out right now. You go from mouth washing to ass washing, and he's not cool with it. And welcome to the show, Mike. Glad to have you.
Yeah, exactly.
He says congratulations on the new cleanness.
I'm telling you.
Listen, we said from day 1.
Says the worst water fountain ever.
Well, you're not supposed to be going out in public to the public water fountain, my friend. That's not how you do that. You do that stuff in private.
So my brother has been on this same thing for the longest time, and we were over at my brother's for Thanksgiving. I'm telling a story, and I'm probably going to get in trouble for it. And I see this device on the side on his toilet, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" So I twisted it, and it shot water all up the front of my pants, and it looked like I'd pissed myself when I walked out to go. And
no way to hide it. Everybody knew. You just
everyone
knew.
And my brother was like, when I walked out of the bathroom, my brother just starts laughing, and he was like, "Tell me you didn't do it."
You pushed the button,
didn't you?
What
you're talking about. And he goes, "You hit the button, didn't you?" And I was like, and I wasn't sitting on the toilet either. I was just curious how it worked.
Well,
now I got something to show up.
See, I think as Americans, I think we're doing it wrong because the pictures I've seen over in the Orient, there is a wider area. It's like maybe a 4x4 box, a nice porcelain and nice tile that you're all in, and it drains out. And no. Yeah, listen, I think as Americans, we're trying to do this.
The toilet to go get in another section to step on a button to have a thing.
I think it's the right thing to do. You're trying to do.
You're already at.
No, you're in confined space. Confined space will always get you into
the same space.
But you're gonna get yourself in trouble. You're gonna get yourself in trouble in confined space.
Just don't twist the handle when you're not sitting down.
All right. Well, tell you what. At your house, you keep it. You come to my house someday, and when I redo my bathroom, I may consider doing this. I'm gonna have a big wide open area.
You don't have to. You can buy a bolt-on, man. I'm telling you.
Listen, in my house, you know what's going to be? The garden hose is outside over here. Just bend over and here's your garden hose.
Right. This is the weirdest friggin' conversation that we've ever had.
Carlos, I'm on my.
You started it, Molson.
I can't check my Discord, but I'll check it after.
I didn't bring up no bidet.
It's probably the closest to the original format that we started with, though.
I think so too. This show was quite on the sketchy topics way back when.
Thank you, Tank. Tank Radio knows what's going on. Thank you, Tank.
Frank, he only agrees with you because he ain't never tried it. Just like that. Just like you probably said, "I'm not smoking a cigar. That's gross." And then you tried it, and you're like, "Shit, I like."
I know. I never said that. At 14 years old, I never said that.
Hey, come on,
I'm not gonna drink whiskey. That's gross.
If you ain't getting no ideas out of this show, buddy.
Yeah.
Quirky says this conversation is not producing any high quality shirt ideas for me. I did not read shirt there for a minute. The H was silent. No, I mean the R was silent. My bad.
Yeah.
Mississippi kicked in. My bad.
Frank, you need to rewind the show. We covered the cigars on there.
My father.
Welcome to the show.
I'm trying to think about how we can take what we just talked about and make a T-shirt idea of it.
I just wonder if any other show has to approve more comments in the chat than ours.
I know, right?
Jeez.
See, Scout 75, he's got it. Says, bro, do you even rinse your ass? Question mark.
With a bidet wrapped around the words.
Yeah. Dingleberries, question mark.
Bro, do you even bidet?
Yeah, there you go.
We got you back, Quirky.
All right. So let's talk about ham radio then.
We done that already.
About ham radio.
We've been on 80 meters for the past half hour.
It's only been 8
about dude wipes too.
Oh, there's a new dude wipe out there. I was told
there is a medicated one.
Medicated?
No. That's always been There's one for your face now. There's one for your face.
I can't believe it.
They're not interchangeable either.
No, well, it all depends how low you go, but you start with the face and you work your way down, obviously. And a friend told me it's really the way to go. Women can use it for makeup, men can use it for a quick. You need to freshen up, whatever.
I'm telling you, guys need to pamper yourself.
Listen, if you're watching tonight, let me just tell you, I went from drinking mixed whiskey to straight whiskey. That's where I'm at right now.
See what happens. See what happens on the Clubhouse. You learn to get rid of that nasty shit you're mixing with it.
I'm with you.
And drink the product like it was meant to be consumed.
The way Jesus made it to be.
The way Jesus made it. See,
Jesus didn't water down his wine. He made water to wine. Come on.
Yeah. See, I was only originally going to be in here for 15 minutes, and I have so much fun with you assholes. I just stayed for the entire time.
Okay.
So then he wants to sell 5 more boudettes by the end of the day.
I'll put a link in the description of the video if anyone is interested.
No, you're not. I'm gonna refuse that link.
No, you're not.
I'm gonna mark that link. Yeah.
So
our buddy Jesse there says, I went to Beard Jameson. It's a good show, I guess. That's right, my brother. Thank you. Thank you for joining
N5 SKT. Put a link in the chat to those dude face and body energizing wipes. So that tells me if some of you would use that on your ass, you'd energize your ass to do something. Yeah. Finally get that antenna project done. It is wintertime after all.
It is wintertime. That's true.
Hey, listen, taking care of yourself, Shane, just like you said, taking care of yourself is very important. It's very important.
Can we
for
just
a lot of reasons.
A scroll, take care of yourself, man?
Scroll across the bottom, yeah.
I mean,
listen,
Izzo's mission is very important. I agree with that, but we get a little too deep in the subject, I think.
Listen, I listen. You guys know me.
All about.
I'm no girly girl.
People don't want to talk about.
I'm no girly girl, man. I'm no girly girl, but for crying out loud, man, we got to listen. You got to brush your teeth. You got to brush your teeth. You got to put on that antiperspirant. You got to do it all. If you got the beard going on, you guys with the beard, I know every once in a while you guys got to pull. We call that stuff not the. I was saying Jerry curls, not Jerry curl stuff. The oil and you make it soft and everything. That's important, man. That stuff's important. You know,
there's guys. You should use lotion.
Yes.
You should moisturize your face. You
Absolutely.
Take care of yourself. You don't have to look you're like do I look like I'm I do tonight, but
listen.
There's a reason why I don't look my age.
Andrew just gave me a great idea. See, dude wipes should advertise on QRZ, right? Your opinion is shit. Your attitude is shit. You know, we can't help you with that, but we can help you with your shit face. Or the dude wipes now. Lotion included.
Listen, I'm telling you, when I started getting into POTA, and it's in 2018, I think I got in.
Sorry.
Wait a minute.
I just read Scout's comment.
I eat the whole tube of Preparation H. No change with the hemorrhoids, but man, I sure can whistle.
Listen, we know We know.
Jelly
Listen,
bean.
in the POTA world, the soda world, listen, man, when you got to go, you got to go. And you don't want to use a leaf. This is 2023. Listen, our forefathers and foregrandfathers back in the 1700 when they were doing POTA and stuff, I get it all. If that's all they had was a leaf, a stick.
Were they doing POTA with smoke signals?
Well, you know,
in the
you got to
1700s?
Right, James just said real men use dirt. Yeah, okay, you can use the dirt, yeah. But it's 2023. We have all these new inventions, and yes, dude wipes dude wipes are in my truck. They're in my POTA bag. Listen, you got to take care of yourself because when you're done, you know, with we'll just call it the cleanup. I get back on the air, man. You get back on the air and you don't miss a beat, and you just keep on going. And sometimes I feel better. All of a sudden, I see that POTA log coming in. I got 60, 70. Now I want to do 100. I want to do 100.
Can you imagine doing CW with smoke signals? That'd be tough. And then you got to look for a response. That sounded way funnier in my head than it did when it came out. Sorry, guys.
If we don't have a freaking email in a week from Dude Wipes or Charmin,
I agree. Dear Dude Wipes, you should sponsor their Ham Radio Clubhouse.
That's right. I'll be happy to be there. Listen, I will go out and I will do a commercial. And
Skeeter says, hopefully your shirt still has a pocket after you clean up. Anyway, all I was saying is, guys.
What were you saying?
Take care of yourself. Treat yourself.
Oh, now you're doing it.
It's not just for the ladies. There are things out there for us fellas that'll make us keep we don't have to look like
I got a story.
guys on 80 meters.
Listen, I'm no George Clooney. I'm no George
I got a
Clooney,
story.
but I'll tell you right now, the tattoos, I make sure that my tattoos are moisture. I put a lot of money into this stuff. I want this stuff to look good. I'm going to be 60 years old next year. You know what that means for a guy like me? I don't want my tattoos getting all wrinkled up. I don't want that nice stuff I have over here all of a sudden starting saying chicken lo mein and you know, pork fried rice and poo-poo platter. No, heck no. I want it to be for what I put on there.
So I got a story for you guys. So
all right,
time
hit
out
it, Dave.
I got a story. So some of you probably heard the story before. Some of you haven't heard the story. So I think it was 2009. I went to China for work. I was there for 3 weeks, came back, was there for 3 weeks again. So I was visiting factories in like Shenzhen, Guangzhou. I had designed some products. I was there to go see them start the fabrication, and then I went back later and final phases and the whole works. Anyways, so I'm not in an Americanized town. I am in factory towns, Shenzhen, Guangzhou, all those places.
You're where the Bofangs are made.
I'm there. I'm in it with the people, right?
Bofang warehouse.
So I'm like, listen, the first night I got there, I was like, I'm gonna go walk around the city, you know? And so like you're walking along and it's dark out and somebody comes running out with a baby, and this is not a lie. This is just the way it is there. And don't anybody take it like criticism. It's a culture shock.
Someone just had a baby?
No. So somebody runs out of like a little restaurant with a baby and holds them over the sidewalk and like lifts the legs up so the kid can go to the washroom. Like you're talking about like a little infant, right? So they can feel like a lot of babies don't wear diapers where I was. Like they would have like the back flap open in McDonald's and stuff like that, or Bruce Lee restaurant.
That's what I have, yeah.
And the baby's no diapers, and I guess the parents can feel it. Like you get used to it. Anyways, that doesn't matter. So what was it like? So that was culture shock. Whatever, it's fine. No judgment.
Do they carry poop bags like people walking their dogs?
Well, the thing is, no lie.
Sorry.
No lie.
Very good, Joe.
I went to. So we went to like downtown Shenzhen, whatever, which was like an hour and a half from where I was, a couple times. And I learned quickly that the first thing you do when you go to these towns that are not like Americanized is you find the American mall and you find the American toilet. It's not a lie. So if you guys don't know, they don't have toilets like us. It is a ceramic bowl that's flush with the ground, and they squat, and it's because it lines up the system, and you know it's different than the way we do it here.
Right.
But I ain't into that. I'm not, like, my body's not built for that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not comfortable with that. So it was like, find me an American toilet. So first thing is, where's the mall? So the first mall we go to is like the local mall. I'm like, no, we need the American mall. So you go to the American
Holiday
Mall.
Inn Express.
You
got to find a Holiday Inn.
No. You have to find the mall. You can't step into a hotel without a passport there. And like once you get to the front desk, you can't, like, anyways. So like I walk into this washroom at this mall. It's like 20, 30 stalls long, like all the way down. And I'm literally walking down the washroom, flicking open the doors to the stalls. And I get to the last one and boom, there's the American toilet. But there's no toilet paper anywhere. You won't find toilet paper anywhere. So then now I got to stock up on my own wipes. I'm not going to carry a big roll. So listen, I'm telling you, you talk about dude wipes. It's a serious thing. So listen, here's my public service announcement. If you go to China, bring dude wipes.
Take toilet paper.
Find the American toilet in your local town, like you are. No, this is serious. This is life and death. Do not eat the cooked cabbage plate. It is amazingly yummy, but do not eat the cooked cabbage plate. You'll regret it. And
cabbage?
If you go sit at if you do go eat at a restaurant and you hear little things in the walls, it's normal. Just ignore it. It's not the same stuff. I'm not lying here. Like I loved it. There. It was a lot of fun. I love those people. People I worked with were amazing.
Oh, absolutely.
They called me Guadalupe or La Wei, which is white ghost or foreigner, right? And then like I'm sitting in a meeting with I'm dead serious. I'm sitting in a meeting with engineers, and to me, I was very paranoid because I was like, I had a translator, but the translator was hired by the factory or factories that I was visiting. And so everything that was said, they were communicating. But when they talk for like a minute, like at the beginning, when you walk in and you don't know what they're saying, you're like, what are they saying? What are they saying? Right. So when I first walk into the meeting, I'm there. They start talking to each other, not even addressing me. I say to the translator, I want to know what they're saying. He's like, you have hair on your arms, lots of hair on your arms. I'm like, okay. So he goes, means you can take care of your woman, right? I'm like, whoa, okay. Wow. Right? So, but I had a great time. I got so many stories from China. A lot of them are not good for here.
Meanwhile,
did you
tell them?
I can share some of
that's from arming cows? Did you tell them that's from arming cows? All that there, see?
No, it was great. I had a great time in China. I love the food there. I love the food. The best was we said like my first day there, full daytime there, and we're at the factory in the morning. We go for lunch. They're like, you want to go for lunch? I'm like, yeah, sure. So we walk, a little bit to this little restaurant, and it's all like mom and pop restaurants, and the front with the awning. We're sitting inside. You sit down around this big table. There's a Lazy Susan in the middle because the food goes on the Lazy Susan, and you spin around. And you grab what you need, right? Until the first thing that shocked them was I had my chopsticks, and they have a bowl of peanuts in the middle. And so I was able to just grab the peanuts and eat the peanuts. And he knows how to use chopsticks. Right?
That's talent. You're showing them that's talent. See,
yeah,
you got it.
I'm good with chopsticks, guys. I'm cultured. I'm good with chopsticks. Anyways,
look at that. A Canadian with chopsticks. I like. If that's not a T-shirt or if that's not a meme. You guys with the memes, go ahead. Take a picture of Molson. Add some chopsticks. There you go with a maple leaf.
So. They're like, you want to have beer? I'm like, sure, I'll have beer, right? And so they bring out like Qingdao, which is the traditional
Carlos
beer that we can get here. And so the bottles are like they're not like they're a little bit bigger or taller version. It's not a 40, but it's bigger than this, right? I don't remember what it is, but the Qingdaos come out and they have these little tiny glasses, like. They're not big. They're like kid glass. Like, yeah, but they're like the kid glasses. Yeah, they're not shot glass, but the kid.
We call them the old.
Right?
I was just gonna say the old gas station juice glasses they used to get for free.
Sure. So they're around the table. Anyways, they bring out like 3-4 bottles. We're like 8 people sitting there. So I wasn't paying attention who wanted beer or not because he asked me in English. Everybody else was in Chinese. So anyways, so the beer comes. My first experience with the Lazy Susan, I haven't churned it yet. So I'm like, oh, they put a beer in front of me, right? So I take it, I start drinking the bottle. And then the factory owner goes, what are you doing? I'm like, what do you mean? And the translator is like, oh, here you pour the glass and then you drink it. You don't drink the bottle. I'm like, oh, back home we drink the whole bottle. What are you guys doing here? So then like you're like filling up this. You're taking like one sip, and then you're refilling it. So I'm like, okay, I'll just do this. So, I had a great time. It was a lot of fun. 6 weeks in China. Got some really cool stories and pictures too. I should bring.
I was about to say, anytime you travel somewhere, don't go to the restaurant that you can go to in the United States. Go to someplace local. You get the best experience, the best food. Like anytime I travel, I refuse to go to any chain restaurant.
So don't go to the Red Lobster. So
don't go to the Red Lobster when you're in Hong Kong. No.
Dude, you can get cell phones so cheap there. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah, because it's
with
all
like minutes.
There.
Oh, dude, it's crazy.
So also, how many
for like $2?
So Molson, how many times have you been over to the Orient? How many times?
Just twice to China. Yeah.
So Jason asked, do they have blizzards in China?
Good.
Don't know.
Excellent question.
Not in the town where I was. That's for sure.
So the second time you went, did you feel that once you got the first time in, now you know how to like run with the culture? Did you feel more?
It takes a couple of days. Well, the first thing is I'm very comfortable. I've been traveling since I was like by myself when I was like 15, 16 years old. So traveling to me, I don't miss home. I could be gone. I was in Austin, Texas for 8 weeks doing a job there, 2012.
When? And you didn't
I don't miss home. Like I don't have the ability to like I don't even think about home. I know it's sad. My wife hates it. I could be on the 6 8. I could be on
if I go to Austin, Texas,
I would barely notice.
If I go to Austin, Texas, do I have to bring my chopsticks or you leave them at home?
Austin, Texas was fun. So I was doing a job at the Circuit of America 6 months after they opened it when they first built it for BMW. I was doing a job there and I was there for 6 months. No, not 6 months, 8 weeks. And that was a lot of fun. Shooting guns, riding horses. I grew up watching Austin City Limits, right? So that to be there because we were doing work in the W Hotel, which is connected to like Austin City Limits, the new facility that they were in. It's not the old stage. So like I had a lot of Travis Lake renting boats out there. Like they'll rent boats to anybody in America. It's crazy. Here you have to get your boating license.
You were riding horses. Like, did you have a cowboy hat? Did you have like the cowboy hat and stuff?
No. But listen, I was not happy. I remember I was.
What happened? What happened?
I was freaked. It's Austin, Texas. It's hot up here. If your horse starts foaming, like if your horse starts foaming, their sweat foams. Like you don't ride them, right? Down there, the owner's like, no, it's good. Don't worry, they're used to it.
Them harder.
Like, I don't know. It's back home they'd be almost dead on the ground right now. And so a lot of fun. So I used to travel a lot for work. So
I miss traveling. I haven't traveled as much as I love. I did a trip to Costa Rica, and that's not my new favorite place.
The thing is well, I'm sure you're like me, but when you travel so much, you go like when I go to New York City, I've always been there for work. I've been to New York City for like 10 times for work, some like back in the day. And I go to towns and I never feel like a tourist. I go to a new town. It's like I'm never like New York. Oh, I hate it. I hate New York. Like you go to New York, the smell in New York reminds me of China. That's that's just literally like it smells the same. It's I'm not a fan.
I'm not there for the smell.
You walk down Broadway. Listen, I can go to every city in America and pay overpriced food. Like you have diners there that are 3 times the price. It's a lot of lights, overpriced shows or overpriced restaurants. I'm not a big fan. To me, there's no nostalgia for movies, right? I don't care about Sleepless in Seattle meeting on top of the Empire State Building. It doesn't mean nothing to me. And for me, I'm the worst tourist. I don't go to towns and be like, do all the touristy things. I'm like, let me do something else. Like do the local thing. Right, so I don't know.
I've seen those movies. What happens behind the alley? Yeah, betting on activities that may be a little dangerous is all I'm going to say.
Hey, we should give a shout out to the XYLs in the house. We got Renee, which is Kilo Delta 9 Uniform Quebec Echo. We have is that Rochelle? What is it? Joe Brett? Do you know?
I put it Rach. Maybe Rach. I don't know.
Kilo Charlie 3, Romeo Charlie Zulu, and Julia Whiskey 2, Whiskey Alpha 2, Foxtrot India Zulu. If there's any others, thank you for being here. It's not, listen, we're not really, we're not in with the ladies, in the show. Yeah. So like, we appreciate you being here. If you're offended, we don't mean to.
Yeah.
And we don't care.
Yeah. Just dudes.
Well, I was really surprised we had 3 people to give us that much trust and to call them their other spouses or their significant others out. I would like to say, So Rach is Rachel, Rachel. So I figured that was short, a little nickname there. Well, all I can say is, I hope y'all been together for a while. If you haven't, I hope that you are. But if you have not completed your evaluation of this man yet, you see what he watches, which I mean is he's in good character, great character. So you got some good folks there. Congratulations, women, for being there for your man and letting him watch the Clubhouse on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. And for those ladies that like to watch the Clubhouse, thank you. There are a few.
And Jeff, look, Jeff's not brave enough to trust us with his other half's name there, but she's been watching and listening. So hello to Jeff's other one.
Listen, we've had some great ladies on this show.
We've had Joe Brett's wife on.
Brett's wife was on.
She's made an appearance.
I forget the lady out of Pennsylvania, the big Poda lady out of Pennsylvania. I apologize. I'm having a brain fog.
Junie's been on.
Junie's been on. Right. So if there's any ladies who want to come on, get a hold of me, and we'll schedule you. Too. And
hamradioclubhouse at gmail.com.
We got a couple of regular Pamelas.
Yeah, my wife's name is Pamela, so that's a good name. We appreciate it.
Oh, wait a minute.
Right?
Craig says his is full-blooded Irish. She might like to fight. 38 years. Congratulations. You mentioned my wife being on the show a few times, and we all know what her debut was. And let me tell you,
episode 34.
You close, but not it. And shut up, chat, because I know some of you. It's already in chat. Never mind. The last 3 weeks, I've come out here, or whatever, when I'm not on call, I've come out here with a little glass of some Statesman, and I think she's taking a Sharpie and like somewhere on the bottle marking it because she knows when I bring it out here. About 8:30, about this time, she'll peek in the door. She says, "Just make sure you're okay." Fine.
She's just checking on you, man. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I did that night, but I'm good now. I learned my lesson.
We've all learned our lesson at least once in this. Well,
listen,
Joe Brett and I have learned our lessons in this show.
Yeah. Listen, there was one.
I think Molson learned his lesson on, was it Coffee and Ham Radios, or was it another live show, or was it Happy Hour? I think Molson learned his lesson too.
Well, what? Listen. Sorry.
I said,
at night, Molson had a few Molsons.
Yeah.
I think I had a couple of bottles. I think I had 2 bottles of wine that night.
Yeah, you had wine that night.
I had wine, right? Yeah. Dude, wine and me are bad.
Yeah, you was over there like just clicking the mic handle, not saying nothing or identifying. And
well, listen, guys, you remember one of our angels who's no longer with us.
Oh.
I was downstairs.
You're gonna make me cry, Zoo.
Downstairs one night, and I'm hearing thump, 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 and I guess I was being too loud. And I'm sorry, I'm loud sometimes.
You did tell us that you usually was told to quieten down.
Yeah, and then I would get the text message saying, the kids are sleeping. So now, but again, our all of the XYLs are good supporters of us. So, and that's important. So, and Listen. They let us get right to the edge. We don't fall down the Grand Canyon. They let us go right to that edge, and then they just know when to grab that belt loop just to kind of hold us back so we don't fall in.
Yep.
So, I'm gonna say Izzo, bad God love her, dude. You could tell from then to now that she had a rain on you, buddy. We didn't have to correct you near as much.
True. So true.
Oh man,
she was a good woman. God bless her. She was a good woman.
Yeah.
So
You blessed for that time, buddy.
And that night, and that clip that we have in the archives when she called out Beer Snack, because Snack was implying something, and she gave it right back to Beer Snack. So so there you go.
She knew what he was talking about.
She knew exactly. And that's when she came downstairs and she set him straight. So
Izzo done told her about Beer Snack.
That's an excellent tribute to Miss Sue. I miss her dearly. And for those who have not seen that, if you're in our Discord, just ping one of us. We'll send you the link. I don't think it's it's
actually
posted anywhere, but
I think if you go to our YouTube channel page and you click on videos, since we don't have a lot of recorded videos, they're all live.
Yeah, right.
I do believe it'll be there.
Does it show up?
Oh, wait a minute.
Should,
not Coffee and Ham Radio. It's Ham Radio Clubhouse. Sorry.
What are you on their page?
Oh, I got to type in more than just ham here.
Maybe someday when we do one of the anniversary shows, maybe we'll do a clip of her or something, just as a.
I can't keep it together, Izzo.
I know.
I couldn't keep it together. I'm sorry.
I hear you, man. Hey, listen. She was a great woman. I don't want to say a good woman. She was a great woman and everything, but I gotta tell you something. We're all doing well. We're all moving forward appropriately, and that's what's important. So.
Yep. So for some of you folks that are new and has been blessing us with your presence on Tuesday nights, Lord bless you. There's some links. The first set of 3 I posted is one tribute video. The other one links are the second. After the show, there's only a few minutes long, and get to know Sue after the show for us. And that's the person that shaped his good qualities that you see today.
Yep, absolutely.
Not the out of control ones, but
the good stuff.
Yeah.
So Sandy Wallace has an interesting question. Sandy Wallace says, if you were to choose a radio for each other, what would it be?
I'm sorry, what's the question?
What? I wasn't listening.
What's the question?
Sandy Wallace had an interesting question. It said, if you were to choose a radio for each other, what would it be?
Oh, for each other, like a gift. So if I was to give a gift, that's a great question.
So wait a minute. I need some more context. Is this a gift that we're given considering the value of what we think the other one is worth, or how good the radio actually is?
Okay, well, why you get as a radio?
I've got some FRS radios. Y'all need some?
No, I'm thinking that's funny, but I was thinking, if I was to give Joe Brett a radio, what would he use? That's how I was initially interpreted. What would be what would I do?
You know what I would give to each one of you guys? A 706 Mark II-G.
Wow.
I already have one. I'm sorry. I have to give it.
Okay, then you don't need another one.
Are we talking mint condition?
Great radio.
It's a great.
No, if it's mint, I will be glad to take it because the resale is great on them.
Okay, it's not a great radio. It's a good radio. It's a good radio. Listen,
it's okay. So it's a little bit of everything. It's not excellent at all of them, but it is good at all of them.
And the only reason, and guys, I have spent a lot of zeros on ICOM equipment, and I will continue to buy ICOM equipment. My only problem is again, it's a 30-year radio or a 25-year radio. And when I play with my 706 Mark II-G and then I go over to the 705 7300, for a guy who can't hear very well, especially when a woman talks, and maybe that's just a men's selective hearing, whatever you want to call it, I can tell a difference. I can tell the difference in the receive as much as I love that radio. Now, if you're looking for a radio that does it all, if you have a lot of VHF, UHF repeaters, you want to play around on 6 meters. Yes, it is a great radio. You find one of those at a ham fest, and if it's working,
I've been trying to find one.
So it was an interesting question. I mean, that's and I ain't got a freaking clue what I would give y'all. I mean, because y'all have already got cool stuff already, right? I mean, but
according to everybody in YouTube, we all have everything, and they were all for free.
I know. I'll tell you. Go ahead.
FRS radios were.
Before the chat gets away from me, I want to just make a couple of mentions here. Not to change, but I just wanted to go back before the chat moves. Phil says Izzo Sue still is a wonderful woman. We have Jody, our buddy Jody, saying giveaway fun in memory of Sue. Thank you. And hold on here. Somebody else had done one, but hold on. I can't see. I'm not like you guys where I can like star those things. And here we go. We got Brian says in loving memory of Miss Sue, $10. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. My family says thank you. Now,
Joe, back to you.
Wait a minute. I'm finna slap my desk, boy. And give me the floor. Jesus.
I said back to you, Joe Brad.
There you go. Put him in the center.
There we go. Molson doesn't like that camera. So anyway, I don't know what I would give y'all, but when the question was asked, it made me think, because I've already thought about this. If I was to win like one of the Gigaparts giveaway where they was giving away the whole Yazoo suite and stuff.
Good point.
I've got a local friend that I've had for a long time. He's only 2 miles down the road, and bless his heart, he is still hammering out HF on the Kenwood TS50 or the 51, whatever the HF version is. One of them is just 6 meters.
TS50, yes.
And man, he's had that thing like for the longest. He had to operate it with the top taken off of it and a little desk fan pointing at it to keep it cool enough from it drawing back power and stuff. And I'm just like, God, I wish I could help this dude, man. Like, he needs to know what it's like to have a radio with a scope. And I know that's debatable, but he's never had a radio with a scope, and I want him to experience that. So I was like, hey, even if I bought the new Yazoo, like I planned on doing earlier this year, but I done something else. I had my mind made up that my 7300 was either going to him for good or just a untimed loan, just so he could experience a little bit more, so. But I don't know. I've never had anything besides the Kenwood TS440 and the ICOM 7300. So I don't have a lot of experience with a lot of radios, except FRS. Got tons of them.
A lot of those. I was going to say, someone posted in the chat, they said a Joe Brett rant. I said a Joe Brett rant would be the slowest fucking rant you'd ever heard. It'd take you
I'm worn out talking that fast, brother.
You know what I would give you guys? I'm stuttering
contemplating.
Here. Contemplating. I would truly buy Molson a Flex, and I'll tell you why. I know the man really wants one, and I really do think in his free time he would carve out some time and he would use that Flex radio. And I may end up just buying a few more because I think Joe Brett would like it. I really do think you guys. Shane, you're a hard one. I don't know. You're more adventure. I think I'd rather buy you something more overland. I may get off radio and just buy you. I don't know.
I mean, radio.
I would contact Hank Strange for you.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Hey, I would say, hey, Hank, here's a blank check of $100,000, and let Shane just do whatever he wants with it. I think you'd have fun with that. Am I right? Versus?
Oh, absolutely. What I have a question for the people here as well as our members in the chat. If Joe Brett were to give his 7300 away to his neighbor, Could he be a recipient of like a 710 or something from our membership?
Why the hell would you give your neighbor something? You know your neighbor doesn't really like you that much.
I think so. I think so.
Joking.
Shane gets 100 Chinese HTs with airbags.
That's excellent. Very good, Eric. Very good. Very good.
But I was
sometimes I give away stuff and you don't even know I gave it to you.
Mm-hmm.
He's got my MFJ analyzer and don't even know I'm never going to ask for it back.
I've done that. I've selectively.
I've got my rig expert, and you know I get tired of taking it to his house every time he wants to borrow it. So
yeah, so just yeah.
Jason says, "Can we start a radio replacement pay it forward fund?" An idea.
There's an idea that will work on the last minute, but I do. I
didn't say I was really ready to commit to it. Yeah, I don't know now.
Well, Joe Brett, here's the thing: the TS50.
I mean, what if that Yaesu turns out to be shit?
Well, listen. That TS50 back in the day was a great radio. If it's still working fairly well, it's probably along the same lines as the. It's older than the 706 Mark II, but still, it's still an HF radio, and it's getting you on the air. That's very, very important. And to me, it's all about the antenna. If he's running a good antenna, if he's running he
is. We have to. We're all running the same 80-meter loop.
All right,
he's got enough land. He's either finna put up a second loop or we're going to string up a 160-meter full wave.
Oh, nice.
Well, then I'll give him I'll give him a flex then. Why not?
Scout 75 says, "What would take longer, a Joe Brett rant or Izzo trying to pronounce Mike into NAK's last name?"
Mike K. Mike K. That's all we're gonna do.
Oh man.
So here's what I would do for
what would you do, Daniel?
Okay, so right now, if I remember correctly, Steve has an ICOM 7610. Is that correct?
Yep. Yes, correct.
So he doesn't need anything.
So
it even operates.
Well, no, but what I would do is
it's a great remote
ICOM.
Radio too.
So for me in this, when I first thought about this, I'd say Yaesu's off the table, right? Because right now what I'm doing is I'm speculating what you guys would like, and so that takes Yaesu off the table. And so what I would do is I would actually venture as a fun radio to try. Right now you can get the TS890S on Ham Radio Outlet. I think it'll be fun. So Kenwood, right? So that's $5,000 for Steve. Steve can't handle a flex because Steve's not good with IT stuff. He's not good with computers, Steve. So he wouldn't get like a flex radio, an SDR. Obviously that's sarcasm.
All right, so next time you call him at 3 o'clock in the morning, that's what he's going to tell you. I heard I'm not very good.
Next time your cutting machine breaks.
Yeah.
It's got Windows 95 on it.
So, and then Izzo, it does a lot of portable stuff. Izzo, I think your shack already has a radio in it. So you already have the 705, right? You have the 705. Mm-hmm. And so what I would do if for you to give you something else that's portable, like smaller, I would go with the Yaesu 991A. Right. And so that's the one that I would go for you. Just because like we could be greedy and say, let's put an FTX 101 in your car, but you're not going to be able to use the full,
Actually, I've had my eye on the 891, believe it or not.
So okay, then I would give you the gift certificate so that you can return it and you can change it up for what you want, right? So you get the
it's the thought that counts. You're absolutely right.
So for Joe Brett, I think that Joe Brett would either like the Flex Radio, the 6400, right? But at the same time, I think Joe Brett would be cursing a little bit because I think that he would have fun with some of the, maybe the FTDX 101D. So what would you, Joe Brett, what would be your dream radio?
One that works.
Less menus.
Okay.
Something that has tubes.
No. It's look, if I really had this opportunity, any radio, and you wanted to pull something out of my heart,
Yes.
I started out always was from car stereo days in junior high to into my ham radio. I stuck with Kenwood, and I want their damn flagship.
Oh yeah.
I want to go get Callum's. I know he's thinking about getting rid of it.
Yeah.
Really? Huh?
Yeah.
That's an
Which
interesting
one's
choice.
that?
But does Callum got the what is 890 or does he have the 990? Ain't that
I
right?
think it's the Kenwood 990.
990. Yeah. Is that the one he put
think.
in the vehicle one day?
I don't know about that. That's a hunking of a radio.
Ham Till It Hurts says it's a 990.
990. Okay, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
So I mean,
That's like a $10,000 radio, right?
yeah, and
So
it's
Joe
not the
Breck gets
most
a
expensive.
990.
Thank you, Daniel.
Joe Breck gets a 990.
I would come to Canada and fish you.
He'd come to.
And so Shane, see, we're
Speechless
just gonna
already.
ignore that.
I mean, on the cheek, like Italians do. Izzo was fine with it.
So
It's
Jody
tradition.
says Callum has a TS2000 in his car.
Yeah.
Nice.
I used to always want that one until I discovered radios with scopes. And I want to tell you, fellas and ladies, if you're using a radio that does not have a scope on it right now, think real hard before you go to a radio with a scope. Because once you get it, you're going to be spoiled. You're going to go back to your old radio if you keep it.
I
Once you get
agree.
scope, you never go back.
I
And you're gonna be
totally
like,
agree.
Oh my God, I used to do this.
Yeah.
Swear to God, I did that on the 7300. I didn't use the
Another-
scope for years on that 7300. And now, same thing with the 705. You're absolutely right.
Perfect example. If you don't understand the difference between a non-scope radio and a scoped radio, if you started playing POTA before POTA.out spotting page was a thing, and you really had to hunt them,
Yes.
but now you just have to, you get that, I use that freaking Chrome attachment, whatever it is.
Like a plug-in?
A plug-in. Thank
The
you.
plug-in?
Technical Shane. Yeah, now I just click on them off the spotting page. I don't even have to touch my radio. And it respots them and logs them. All I do is click a button and say,
Yeah.
hey, you're 5'9" in Mississippi.
So we have a minute and a half left in the show.
See,
Y'all
this
wanna
is another
start putting
gripe
a
of
bow-
mine.
bow on
Scout.
this thing?
Scout's got a comment there in the chat. I can't read the freaking what. Thank you, Ken, for putting up another message. You two thought it was a good idea to put that freaking heart in the chat window. I fussed about this on Nuggets last night. Why not put it down here where I type? I don't need to see what I'm typing. I know what I'm typing, but I have to wait for
God.
somebody else to send a message to read long messages in the chat window because the heart's covering up the whole word.
Who fired up Joe Brett tonight? Holy
YouTube
Christ.
did, man.
Wow.
I haven't heard this much out of Joe Brett in 2 years. We've been doing
I was going to say 2 to 3 years.
I ain't had nothing but a Sprite Zero and some water. I need some water.
Liar. He's a liar.
Cross my heart. The Statements bottle's getting low, and I don't know when I can restock. I got to start slowing down. So when that gas tank gets low, you start easing off that pedal a little bit.
I'm gonna send you. I'll send you a bottle of something for Christmas. show support.
Freaking Jody goes. Joe Brett is more active than a post-cabbage Molson.
Oh,
Very good.
Jody, you don't have to be so visual in your.
Now that's a T-shirt. That's a T-shirt right there.
We're at the 2-hour mark, boys. Let's put a bow on this thing.
Mm-hmm.
This has been a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You
man,
know,
it was so much
I was
fun.
pissed
15
off about
minutes.
work until I came out here and hung out with my friends.
Talking
I'm
about
not
putting a
gonna-
bow on it, Shane. The Clubhouse is like that expensive wrapping paper that's fancy that the damn bows won't stick to. You just keep falling off. Our bows just keep falling off. But here up to 130 something of you every Tuesday night. That's pretty awesome.
That is awesome. And
Everybody,
honestly,
great, man. I mean, I contribute our high viewership tonight to all the folks that needed a reset after 4 hours of watching Linux last night.
That's 2.
right.
I was there too.
Yep.
Real
Okay,
quickly,
yeah, you
Shane.
want to put a bow on it, man.
Yeah.
I'm done. Go ahead.
Shane, real quickly. What would you do?
Yep.
Quick for all of us.
What
What
would I
would you
do?
do? For all of us.
I done told you. I'll give you 706 American cheese.
Okay.
Yeah.
All of you.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can go
He's
play
like-
POTA. You can put it as a
he's
base
like the
radio. You
parent.
can do whatever you want.
See, that's the same response a parent gives. Daddy, who do you love the most? I love you all the same. I'll give you all
I'll give you I'll give all you. I'm going to give all you assholes a 25-year-old radio. That's what I'm going to do.
You're going to like it. You're going to like it. And shut up.
But you know the feeling when you're using a 25, 40 plus year old radio and somebody says, "Man, your audio sounds good." You're like, "Hell yeah, it does."
That's right.
I never told you what I'd get Shane for a radio.
You didn't.
I went everybody else. So I wouldn't get Shane a radio. I get him a computer because Shane can't set up a radio, so he remotes into other people's radios. So I get him a killer radio with a good microphone so he can remote.
I have a
to my
7300
station with
and
a flex
and an infed halfway here on my patio. Thank you very much.
Oh,
That's the
wait a
right
minute.
idea.
Uh-oh.
We fired up him. We fired him
Been
up.
the best.
This show can go another 60 minutes.
I would also.
Hold on. I got to call out this. Derek says Shane can't dent remote radio.
Very good, Derek.
Okay, perfect segue because I was going to throw in a lot of these Velcro nice straps where you can tie stuff down.
Tie my radio down.
And it won't go nowhere, man.
Keep your bedroom stuff out of here.
You know what, Quirky QRP?
I knew you was going to do it
Quirky
because I was
QRP.
thinking it too. I was like, wait a minute, these are familiar.
Fuzzy pink.
Here's a product suggestion for Quirky QRP. You ever see those motorcycle jackets that when they're like vests, but then they're made to inflate when they get into an accident? You know what I'm talking about? So you need to make one for radios. So if they fall off the table, so it's just like a little package that doesn't block the ventilations, but that the minute that it goes boom, it's
when it's go time, it's go time.
Yeah. Call it the douchebag airbag.
Just give Shane all the Amazon bubble wrap for Christmas for his radios.
Oh God.
All right, guys, let's go around the horn.
Yeah, start with Joe Brett, and he's on a roll.
Yeah, he's on a roll.
I don't know. Let's pull something random off the desk that just gripes my gears.
These damn talk pod radios.
You can't. Oh my God. Oh, wait a minute. Look at the size of that SD card.
Oh yeah.
512 megabytes, baby.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's completely random because I mean y'all have heard me talk a lot, and that's all I'm giving away for free tonight. And
512 megabyte SD card.
No, I wouldn't insult nobody with that. I
We're
got
not gonna
one video on that thing.
We're not going to raffle any tonight with that. That's our raffle.
To the highest bidder. Yeah.
They got to hear me talk, and appreciate everybody. Hope you come back. It's fun. I'm going to do a new disclaimer. Shane's been begging for a new disclaimer, so I'm finna get the audio stuff.
I need a new intro for the podcast.
Well, it's going to be an intro for the show too.
Because it's been my voice on the intro to the podcast for 2 years. So I need some of you other assholes to contribute.
I know you should see how many complaint emails K8MRD@iCloud.com's been getting. So.
Izzo, what about you, buddy?
No, it's Izzo's turn. Okay.
I'm going to try to play some POTA this weekend based on some family stuff. I got the weekend off, so we're going to try in my rotation. So we are going to try to get out there and burn some RF. So put me in your Hamler, W1FYG, Whiskey 1 Foxtrot, Yankee Golf. Fine young gentleman. Put me in there. And let's see if I can work you on the bands. That's what I'm doing.
Shane, buddy?
You can catch me usually here on Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Central Time for the Clubhouse. I'm trying to fly as much as I can. Texas doesn't like that for some reason. I got a new device that came in that I got to do a review on. That'll be fun. It's a different Bluetooth programmer for all of your ham radio needs. I've been getting the POTA itch. because I haven't went and played POTA in almost a year. So
Yes, great time. Wait till you freeze your ass off, and
it's Texas, son. We don't freeze down here. It gets 60 degrees.
Listen, if you got
things happen, it has snowed on Galveston Beach.
That's true.
Listen, if you got the itch, give it a good scratch. That's what I say.
Yeah, so
give it a good scratch.
Keep going, Shane. Keep going.
I will. There's a POTA park that's about a 2.5 hour drive from me. It's a Texas twofer, which we don't have. I think there's only 3 or 4 in the entire state that are twofers, and I found this particular twofer, so I think I'm going to go down there. Mike said if I activate it to let him know. So I thought about taking the truck down there with the tent and camping out overnight and play a little POTA and then come back. So I think that might be in the near future. If you're not following the Texas Aviator channel and you're interested in hot air balloon shit, I posted some my first video over there of the flying stuff. So you can go over to youtube.com/TexAviator and check that out. But yeah, that's about it. I haven't done any ham radio videos because I haven't done anything ham radio related. So I just come here and hang out with my friends on Tuesday night. So
awesome.
That's about it.
And Joe, you went, or you got more to add?
Shoot, man. Freaking. I did.
Did you go? I don't remember. Yeah.
I got a call to action. This is too good of an idea. I've had nothing but water and Sprite. Maybe I need to lay off the Sprite.
He's over caffeinated and too much sugar.
Too much sugar. Now he's going to have to go to the dentist.
All right. I'm going to give credit to Quirky, our friend Quirky. He came up with this little idea, and then Ryan I want this done. It's too close to Christmas. Monday mailbags. I want to see a shit ton of Clubhouse viewers emailing K8MRD@iCloud.com Dear Santa emails. Let him know what you want for Christmas.
Amazing. That would be amazing.
Please, guys, go out there.
But understand, it takes him at least 3 days to check it. So it won't be an instant gratification. But
that'd be funny.
It's got to earn a spot.
We got watching?
It's got to earn a spot on Monday mailbag.
How many we got watching?
Well, 112 now because you started talking about putting a bow on it, and everybody's like, "Yeah,
oh, okay,
got the bow on it."
So 100 of you need to email Mike K8MRD@iCloud.com.
Now, wouldn't it be funny if we did a raffle? All of a sudden, that thing would pop up to 130, 140. It's amazing how.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? Let's do a giveaway right now.
What do we? I don't have the giveaway in front of me. I don't know.
No. Here's what we're gonna do. It's a surprise giveaway. Okay. So what we're gonna do is, Joe Brett, can you pull up this? You know what? Screw it. We're gonna do it right now. Pull up the StreamYard giveaway tool. Do you have it?
God, what are we doing?
Let me do it.
Oh, Mike just saw it.
Yeah.
Just seeing if you was still awake there, Mike.
Right?
I got to feel Mike. I got to feel Mike just said a few 4-letter words at us.
Yeah. POTA Santa over there.
All right, how do I do this?
All right, so we may have to resort to stamps.
Everybody mail Mike a QSL card.
That's right.
Yeah.
Do you have hold on here.
I don't even know. StreamYard giveaway. You doing it?
I'm trying it.
See, for everybody who started leaving, you're missing out. This is why you don't.
Right,
I don't have
Mike
access.
says he doesn't know what we're talking about, so everyone don't repeat what we said, but continue, but do it. So, Mike, you're gonna have some fun emails. Just saying.
You have to be logged in and like.
Right? I hope Shaq and Greg knows. We should private message him. Yeah.
How do you do the StreamYard giveaway thing?
It's StreamYard.com/giveaway.
StreamYard.com.
Playing cards with my brother's kids.
Is that on the app too?
Giveaway. There we go.
And then you need to put the link to you have to select the stream that you're going to use.
Hey, Shane.
Oh, there you go.
Can you disable a replay of the stream for at least 3 days?
Yes. Everyone should send Mike a package of dude wipes too.
What do you want to give away, Molson? While you're doing that, what are you
giving away?
It's a surprise. We just do it.
Okay. All right.
And then
so people don't
later on.
People don't know what they're putting.
So it's like the mystery box. It's like the mystery gift. It's a mystery box.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
nervous.
So
It is a dangerous show to have a surprise giveaway.
Well, we just went up to 115.
Yeah.
See, you say the word
screw
giveaway
these-
enough, and it shows up.
116.
you know what? Listen. You're always gonna get these people. All right. So I'm gonna present my screen, share a screen, window, surprise. There you go. All right. So this is the word. Put it in your thing now. You got 3 minutes, and that's it.
Close.
3 minutes.
So this is a surprise giveaway. We'll email the winner. That's it. You'll
Okay.
find out what you win.
Oh,
it.
so you ain't even gonna draw
He
it
ain't even
live,
gonna tell
right?
us.
Nope.
No, he's gonna draw it.
We're gonna draw it, and then later
Okay.
on, Shane, our secretary, is gonna decide what the person gets. It's that
Oh,
simple.
this is gonna suck for you. All you suckers putting surprise in the chat.
Son of a bitch.
What did we do with all those? What did we do with all those Clubhouse condoms? Is that what we're going to?
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have someone send the colonoscopy.
The box.
Poop in a box.
The box. and a bidet.
No, we're gonna send the tied up entrails of a deer. That's what we're gonna send.
We're gonna send them a bidet.
That's how
off
you bring
Amazon.
up. That's how you bring a show full circle, right? There you go.
117 are watching us right now.
So here's what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna do the draw in a minute and a half.
All right.
Do the draw. I'll say my farewell, and that's it.
All right.
Sound good?
I'm just gonna say Mike is currently rewinding the show trying to find out what we're
He's
talking
trying-
about.
yeah,
'cause
trying-
he hasn't entered in the giveaway yet.
Who knows? You might get a gift certificate to Dairy Queen. You never
And I'm
know.
just saying, whoever the winner is, you might get your prize in 6 to 8 weeks. Just saying.
All
It
right.
don't make a difference. It's all
Yeah.
going to be good stuff.
All right. Are we ready?
Has it been a minute and a half?
That's long.
Matter
enough.
of perspective, man.
Listen, there's only 8 letters. At 10 seconds a second's a letter. You need 80
Guys,
seconds.
type it in exactly as you see it. We know that. Type it
That's it.
exactly as
My patience is. I haven't eaten. I'm getting hangry. So I'm gonna
All
hit
right.
the draw button. Right.
have,
Boom.
have a
Let's see who wins.
It won't be me because I didn't enter.
I hope it's not me.
I know, right? Hopefully it's
Daniel's
somebody
way
in the
too happy
continental
about
US.
this.
Philip.
Phil. Phil.
Congratulations, Phil. We don't know what you're going to win.
We apologize that you're the winner. Congratulations.
Yeah, you'll
Well,
find out.
I'm going to send a random bag of dicks.
All right, guys. So I'm gonna close it out here. I got nothing for you, but I appreciate you being here.
Shocking.
73.
You really just let Molson hit the button again?
At least he hit the right button this time.
Mystery raffles are like going to the dentist.